Hello guys and welcome back to ArcC channels. Today I want to show you guys my characters, how my skill build is, how my stat builds, as a lot of people has been asking me. So not much content here today, so okay, let's take a look. My stat looks something like this. Intelligence and vitality is very important, so I max them. And for dex and luck, I just have enough dex to get minus 100% cast time. And for luck gives magic attack and crit rate, so it's way more useful than strength and agility for sure. Now let's take a look at my stats. I have 210k max HP, 11k in attack, and the rest you can just pause and look at those by yourself if you are wondering about something. I'm not much of a full healer stuff, so I don't have much healing done stats, and I have these are my ignore, defense, magic reduction, physical reductions, and PvE and PvP stat are like this. Next one is my skill build. I only have two build, which is the full damage and full sport build. Now let's take a look at my full sport build first. Okay, so there's not much thing important here. You just need level 5 Kyrie Elation for the prerequisite for the basilicas. And for priest skill Sanctuary, this is for War of Imperium to heal your Imperium, that's it. Recovery is good spell. Pneumas and Safety Wall is the best spell for everything, you just need them. Resurrection, and nothing much important here. Lex Divina is for bully people with no battle cards. And Holy Ward, this is just not important, I just skill this up because I don't know what to put it in. Meditation is for healing increase, and mana recharge is to help you with SP recovery. Basilicas, I only have level 1 on this because I don't want to stand still for too long, so I cannot help my friends. It's up to you guys if you want more points in this or not. Next one is the third job. I have my skill looks like this. I maxed my highness heal, level 9 bonded, and I don't go for any prayer of purity, I just don't like it personally. Imperial Blaze, just never use it, it's just the prerequisite of epic laces. Okay, that's it for the support part. And of these cleanse, blink, and apotheosis is just a good skill and only require 1 points for it, so you just take it no matter what. Now for the special part that people not normally use this, but I think it's very strong. You just need 11 points for this to get all this skill. Holy Word and Holy Reckoning, just not use them much. We use them sometimes during Temple of Nightmare if you want to kill a bomb pouring or to kill a skeleton that's been chasing you. The main reason of this is we need this skill, Divine Retribution. This skill increases enemies' damage taken by 60% for 8 seconds, and it's only have 12 seconds cooldown, so the uptime is around 66%, which is pretty good. And 60 damage taken means everyone in your team's doing 60% more damage, which is, if you compare this to Prayer of Purity at max level, you get like 22% damage increase on just one member of your team. But Divine Retribution, you give 60% damage increase for everyone. It's just way better in my opinions, way worth the 11 points to put in this. And for Air's Blessing, I just don't use this skill because I do not have Prayer of Purity, and the only way to trigger this is through Epic Basis or Apotheosis, which doesn't happen very often, so I don't think this is worth skilled up, so I do not have any points into this. And that's it for the support build. Yeah, the thing that probably is gonna be different from other Archbishop is the Divine Retributions. Okay, now let's take a look at my damage build. I use this build for MVPs and time space and all those stuff. Okay, first, act like you only need Holy Lights for Judex prerequisite, and nothing else is important. Magnus, Resurrections is just a good skill anyway. Safety Wall and Pneumas, these are for the content that you have to solo, something like Alfheim that you need. Sometimes boss just does a lot of damage and you need this to help you survive. SP Recovery is the prerequisite of the High Priest skill, Aspertio, to buff your friends. Okay, for High Priest skill, Holy Damage is just a must. Judex, sometimes you need this for grinding because it has a very fast animation and fast cooldown. Meditation just for ignore defense, and Mana Recharge to help you with the mana. Okay, for the third job, let's take a look at my skill build. On the right side is the damage build, so I max almost everything, and I will have level 1 Bonded Feet, level 1 Full Throttle, level 1 Bonded Feet just to use the Nexus skill, which is really important. You only need level 1 of these because the more level, just not much difference, and I have to reduce my Holy Reckoning to level 4 in order to have enough points for Bonded Feet. This skill, one level off is not that important. It will not affect your DPS at all because the DPS of Holy Reckonings are from Holy Words anyway, so you can just sacrifice a point for Bonded Fate. It's way worth. And that's it for my skill build, guys. Now we will take a look at my cards. Let's take a look at my cards. For weapons, I use 2 boas for healing. I still do not have any shellfish or golem, so I will keep using this. And for the spare cards, I have almost every race, size, and elements damage increase. These are very useful for every situation. Like you're doing MVPs, you need damage. You're doing time space. All of these are needed. Even you are a full support, you're still gonna need this for grinding. For shields, I have all the damage reductions from races. For most of the cards, I just don't start up because I switch them out a lot. I have some of them start up, the one that I use a lot, like Zarafrog and Mark. For armors, I have all of the element armors that is useful, important. Markers is just water resistance and immune to freeze, which is really strong. I also keep my geographic cards for damage reduction if I need it. Rabio for shadow resistance and Steel Chonchon for wind resistance. You use these when you are fighting a nightmare modes or hell modes of Temple of Nightmare. And for my baby reserve wolf, it's just for grinding, intelligence, and max HP. And now for cloak, I have almost every elemental resistance card, which everything is on 0 star because I switch them off a lot, so I don't think it's worth to star up any of these. These are very useful if you are a full support. You can need these cards. Just 0 star is okay. For shoes, I mostly use varied. I use varied for almost all my contents, and I have these prepared for the next Temple of Nightmare Season 3. Maybe this will be useful, I'm not sure yet, but I will keep this damage reduction. Okay, for accessory, Illusion Osiris card is just amazing in every situation. I run double Wraith card and double Greatest General for my damage build. I also have these red cookies for damage build if I needed them, but I don't think it's worth making level 15 on these. Making 3 star, it's just not worth it. It's just the damage is very close to Wraith, so I don't recommend making it. Okay, and I have smoky cards for Jokeros and PvP stuff. For pouring cards, just never use it. I just have it maybe sometimes you will need it someday, not sure. For hate piece, Marduk cards and Illusion Mistress card. Marduk for silence, Mistress for grinding. And if I'm going full DPS mode, I will be using my Cramp and Pharaoh. Gaiarth is a Earth resistance card with Immune to Fear, which is very good in Jokeros. Wind resistance card, Fire resistance, and Poison resistance card. I only keep one of these because normally you're gonna need Marduk on the other slot anyway, so one is enough. For costume, just regular card, nothing crazy. Now let's take a look at my Vera score. This is my full support Vera's. What you need is Holy Light boost, Muscle Block. Muscle Block works like almost 100% of the time because you are gonna be constantly healing and you will be always above 80% HP. And healing protection, as you are casting heal constantly, so this 7% damage reduction is always up. Healing Aegis is the same as healing protections, but it will be on your target party members instead. If I will be healing during MVPs, I will change this healing Aegis into healing insignia, as this gives more healing during the MVPs. Okay, next is my farming build. I use this build for grinding, just regular Magnus stuff, nothing crazy. Zen boost for SP recovery, so you don't need to use any blue potions at all if you're using this. Mana length reversal and mana length boost. Okay, next is my full damage build. If I'm not using the Magnus, I will be using this. Mana length boost, Holy Element Affinity, which is really good in most of the situations. Mana length reversal and core overload, and that's it. Now let's take a look at my Nexus engines. First, about the skill. The skill is, there's 6 skill and you can only have 5, so I recommend you to have everything except for this Holy Explosion. But if you are not like interested in the DPS Archbishop, you can just leave some of them and use the Novice skill instead. For stats on my Nexus, on the red one I use M damage, mostly M damage, and for yellow ones I use PvP reduction. I mainly focus on PvP reductions. For now, I'm using some of the 5 grid, which is quite expensive to upgrade, but I think it's worth. The 3 skills always worth, I think. Okay, for yellows, I use PvP reductions on most of them. And for green, I use max HP percent. I still not completely finished my Nexus yet, but this is what it looks like right now. Max HP percent on green. You can use max PvP ward, it's really good for PvPs. If you are more interested in those stuff, max PvP ward is for you. For my feathers, I'm just gonna talk nothing and just roll it down. You guys can just pause and take a look. For sigil, this is what I'm using during the Temple of Nightmare runs. I used this rune to prevent me from getting one shot by anything. Braveheart and Courage Bracing is really good. For damage build, this is how my grinding build looks like. If I'm going full damage, it will look something like this. I'll change this to Impale and Meteor. And this is what my PvP sigils looks like. Just mostly PvP reduction stats, nothing much. For my statue, it looks like this. For Mist, Intimidation and Relic, I try to balance it out so it's more cost efficient on your resources. And that's it for my character, guys. If you have any question, feel free to ask me in the comment section below. And if you like this video, please press like buttons and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done it yet. Thank you a lot for watching and see you again in the next video. Bye bye.